everyone. Hi, it's me, Peyton. I'm coming at you from North Georgia, Tennessee line, and it is time for Renew and Restore again. So, in this week's Bible verse, we were told to read Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. And it was talking about how there is a time for everything under the sun, right? And I think what was that? Was that the Turtles or the Birds? They did that song of, there's a time to laugh, a time to weep, a time to plant, a time to throw out. I don't know. I'll read it to y'all. So Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1, it talks about for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to tear, and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, a time to speak, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace. And so I think this week we should be embracing life's seasons. One of the trainings I always remember from Jim Rohn was talking about the seasons of your business and how recognizing what season you are in can definitely help you in your business. So, there's a time where we're constantly talking to people, but not really gathering, right? We're just, talking and sharing information and planting seeds. And then we have to water those seeds and keep up those conversations. And then after we've watered and kept them up, we can harvest the seeds that we planted. But that usually takes some time, y'all. Like, you're not going to plant a fruit tree on day 1 and then enjoy fruit on day 2. It's going to take some time for the tree to grow, then the fruit to grow, and then you to be able to harvest the fruit. It's going to take some time. Then after the harvest season, so we've planted the seeds, then we've watered the seeds and maintained the garden. Now we've harvested the garden. Now it's time for winter, where we hunker down and the soil rejuvenates itself while we're taking some time away from that for ourselves and for the harvest for winter. And then in the spring, we can begin planting seeds again. So that's what I mean by recognizing what season your business is in. So are you in the season of gathering? Are you in the season of waiting? Are you in the season of actively planting? Or are you in the season of just maintaining what you've planted? And we need to embrace that, because there has been some time where I just planted and planted and planted and planted and planted. And then I sat there for a minute going, dang, and instead of getting discouraged, I had to take a step back and get that 40,000 foot view and realize that I just completed that season of planting. So now I have to water and maintain those plants to be able to harvest those plants and enjoy their fruit. So I had to take that view though, because when I was looking at it right here, I just saw I'm planting seeds and nothing's happening. When I was able to take a step back, I saw that I was planting seeds and maintaining, and then in the harvest, things would start to escalate. So, one of the great tools that I have used is a gratitude journal. And you can choose to actually journal this and write this down. I actually incorporate it into my prayers. I do it mostly in the morning, but at night too. But I always say, I'm thankful for the roof over my head. I'm thankful for plumbing. I'm thankful for my dog. I'm thankful for my customers. When I have orders, I always am saying to God, I'm thankful for this customer. I'm thankful for this order. When things are going, I have a tendency to be thankful for them and give gratitude right then. Because it is easy for us to get distracted and not give gratitude. So we have to ask ourselves, what season am I in? Like I said, you have to find what season you are in, but then how is God using it to prepare you? I can honestly say that the last season that I was in, I didn't really understand it, but I knew that God was planning me or preparing me for something. So I remained totally open to it. And, oh goodness, sorry y'all. My foot got caught in the cord. So, but I knew that God was preparing me for something. So that enabled me to wait it out and just see what was coming and be faithful and hopeful. And I think that might be the hardest thing for us, honestly, is staying faithful. Because let me tell y'all, it would have been real easy for me to lose faith. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't. I didn't lose faith. Instead, I kept the faith strong, and I knew that God was preparing me for something. I just didn't know what it was. But I kept the faith that it was going to be great. And I knew that He was preparing me for something great. And y'all, I wouldn't be here with y'all doing this right now if it hadn't have been for that preparation. Because this Renew and Restore plan was part of that. So, what season are you in? Figure it out. Write it down, because there are 4 seasons, just like in the real world. There's a season to plant, a season to maintain, a season to harvest, and a season to chill. No pun intended, it's winter. So I want y'all to recognize what season y'all are in, and then start your gratitude journal. It is impossible for you to experience anxiety at the same time as you're being grateful. So be grateful. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next week.